Hi loves, welcome in. I've been sitting with some energy here for a little while, and the energy is really quite heavy, very emotionally deep. Someone being very in their feels, deep in their feelings, and actually really thinking about you and wondering if you are going to be the one to break the stagnation. So somehow there is stagnation here. It also feels like this person has a prideful nature to them, but coming more from a place of tradition or principle, and they're wanting you to be the one to come forward with some type of apology. It feels more like an apology for the turbulence, but not an apology for the content of the turbulence. I hope that makes sense. It's almost like apologizing for the way something was handled versus apologizing for what was going on that caused it, right? Just more how it was handled. That's what is really coming through. So another thing, as I came into this space, what struck me was, my God, are we that close to the full moon that energy is feeling this deep right now and this heavy? It made me feel like the full moon is pretty close to full, but it's not for another several days, really. So today's Friday, and the full moon's not going to be until Monday. But I thought, well, the feeling did come over me late this afternoon, so maybe we are in that 72-hour window pre-full moon that it could have an effect, and getting that person into their feelings. And I actually feel like there's been this depth of emotion that's been going on for a while, and somehow I thought about Saturn. So I decided to look, well, where is Saturn? What's going on with Saturn? And sure enough, Saturn went into retrograde back on September 2nd. So it's actually been a little while. And it's currently in Pisces, which I also find very interesting because Pisces is really, deep down under at times, right? Being the last sign in the zodiac, and really getting deep into their emotions, having that water element, that water quality really coming through. And what I came across additionally is that Saturn is very, very close to the Earth right now in its transit. It's one of the closest distances that it can ever get to, and that's happening right now. And I thought, oh, maybe that's part of this deep pull, because Saturn talks to us about our self-discipline, our way of life, our boundaries, how we want to show up in this world, where we want to be successful, where we're going to put our energy. So I thought that was interesting. So, okay, this person seems to really be missing you, and they're wishing for you to come in and apologize. They seem to be stuck in maybe some pride or tradition. So I don't know. Those are some high-level things I'm hoping, and not really the details. Let's see what we can tap into here. I want to get the cosmic energy because of the thoughts of the moon coming in and Saturn. So let's just see what the cosmic energy wants to tell us. Let's see what the cosmic energy wants to tell us about this person. What's going on with this person? What's the energy of this person? One more shuffle. Actually, one more shuffle. All right, nothing else came out. Well, let's see what did come out. We have 4 cards here. Distance. No, it's not the right time. Pets and challenges. Okay, distance, No pets and challenges. So in distances, it says you and your partner may be physically or emotionally distant. I mean, I think clearly that's helping us see that this person is thinking of you and somehow far from you, right? So if they're thinking of you, they're missing you. So that makes sense to me that there's a distance here between you. And even I was picking up that you're in separation right now, but I wanted to see if that would come out in the cards. And then we're getting, no, it's not the right time. So something, I don't know, that might tie into this person not wanting to come in to make the apology and wanting you to do that. Somehow, feeling they're not ready. They're not ready to do it. And then pets here. It says getting a new pet. Giving a current pet more love. Interesting. Somehow this card, there are 2 paw prints on here, and I feel maybe the 2 of you shared a pet, or you share the love of the same type of pet. That's, whoa. Okay, so like you both love dogs, for example, or you both love cats, for example. There's something here that's sort of a common ground between the 2 of you with respect to your pet, or desiring to have a pet, something like that. Okay. Challenges. Make a decision. Work on inner healing. Yeah, so I think this person is sort of being challenged to actually make this decision, to make a decision. And it says they're working on inner healing, or maybe it's work on inner healing in order to make this decision. I feel like that kind of makes sense with Saturn in retrograde. I want a few more cards. I want a few more. We have a card that says here, move on, communicate, and honeymoon. Move on. So we just got done saying this person is having challenges to make a decision, and they need to work on inner healing and move on. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time. Move on. This is their energy. What is the energy around them? Oh, maybe that's part of why they're struggling to not come in right now. They're feeling you've moved on. This is the energy around them, right? So someone is unavailable. Maybe they're feeling you're no longer available to them. It's a waste of time. It's over. Why would they even come in? Why would they do this? Yeah. Communicate, compromise, forgive, work it out. This is what I think they're wishing from you. This is the energy around them wanting this from you. They're wanting you to come in and communicate, to forgive them, to show them that you want to work it out, that you're willing to compromise, you're willing to apologize for the way the turbulence happened between you, not apologize for whatever the situation was, but just how it was handled. And then we have the honeymoon phase. Or maybe attending someone's wedding, but I don't think that's it. I actually think this is sort of making this, leap here. Like, this person believes you've moved on. They're wanting you to come in and communicate. And it's almost like in their eyes, once all of that happens, once that forgiveness is there, once it works out, then boom, things are going to go in the forward direction. And I'm coming back to Saturn because Saturn is going to go back into Aries in February of 2026, and here it is, October 2025. It's almost like coming in, apologizing, working it out, and that's going to lead you into this honeymoon phase. And I don't see honeymoon as like a marriage here, but what I see it as is a new beginning, a way to start over, and a way to mend the situation that had happened, because it seems I was going to say it seems there was something here between you, and the apology is more about how it was handled versus what was actually experienced. So I find that interesting. I I want some other messages. I'm going to grab these cards. They do have these cards. I want to grab these cards. These cards give us some astrological significance. Let's see what we get here. One more shuffle. Okay. So let's see what's going on here with these cards. What's going on? What do we have at the bottom here? Queen of Air. Interesting. We just said Scorpio is going to be moving into Aries, which is actually a fire sign. Never mind. What do we have at the bottom here? We have Queen of Air in winter during Aquarius within 2 to 4 weeks. In winter during Aquarius. Wait, we just said Saturn is going to move into its forward movement beginning in February of 2026, which is the Aquarius time. And then something here within 2 to 4 weeks. I don't know, maybe within 2 to 4 weeks after Saturn goes direct. That could be, I don't know, that's pretty interesting. Okay, let's see what we have here on the table. We have summer. It says to wait, let things unfold. There will be opportunity, enjoyment, and expansion. So, okay, summer's quite some time away. And then we also have now the element of fire. The element of fire. Creative, impulsive, passionate. Expect the unexpected. Oh, wow. Okay. Expect the unexpected. Beautiful. You know, we should just live that way. Honestly, we should live where we expect the unexpected. When you expect the unexpected, you have a magical life. You have a magical life. You don't put these limitations on anything, right? We don't live by false beliefs or false limits or past experiences from a place of fear versus the lesson of the past experience. So, okay, with the element of fire, we have Leo, the sun. So, wow, there's a lot of fire energy here. And this says vitality, creativity, success, and purpose. So, let's keep going. I want to keep going. We have fall, full moon. Fall, full moon. Culmination, abundance, moving on. And then it says, yes, it's time. So in the other deck, we said their energy was, no, it's not time. Now we're seeing, yes, it's time. And this is coming after all of this fire energy. Expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected. We're still in about them, right? This is about them. So first, they're getting a card, wait, let things unfold. Let things unfold. But now they're being filled with all this impulsive, passionate energy, vitality, creativity. The sun is a yes card. The sun is a yes, right? You go after it. That impulsive word keeps standing out to me because then we get into the fall full moon. Now, we're going to have the autumn full moon is in October here. So the fall full moon it should be after that. Usually the autumn full moon is in September, but this year it's in October, which it's not super, super unusual, but oftentimes we think of the late harvest moon coming in September. And then it says, yes, it's time with the fall full moon. Maybe this person, are they going to make some recognitions here? Then we have the Princess of Water. Princess of Water. In the winter. In the winter. Oh, and then we have a second card. King of Earth. Princess of Water and King of Earth in winter. Princess of Water, King of Earth. What does this mean? It's almost like if this person is saying, yes, it's time, and they have the energy of Princess of Water, that is a lot of healing energy. I see that as healing energy, right? Princess, we can think about the feminine. Now, is it divine feminine? I don't know. I'm not picking that up here, but I am picking up that there's a feminine energetic quality here. And maybe it's a healing energy for this person. And then being King of Earth, somehow this person is rooted and grounded. So it's almost reminding me of King of Cups energy, right? King of Cups, where you have this emotional maturity that comes through, and then the King of Cups is really grounded and rooted. In fact, you know what? Let's just shift to the tarot. I want to shift to the tarot. I'm going to grab the Seers Light Tarot. Let's see what we get. So we're still on this person. We're still on this person. The energy of this person. The energy of this person who's missing you. What do you want to tell us about this person? What's in this person's heart? What's in their mind? What's around them? What's around them right now? What are the challenges that they're facing? Why are they missing my viewer right now? Why are they missing my viewer? Let's start with that. Let's see what we have here. We have Justice. Usually I like to put all of these out and then get a read of the cards. Let's see. We got the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups. Or did I say King of Cups or Knight of Cups? Yeah. We have the Hanged Man here. There's a lot of, we have the Hanged Man, Justice, High Priestess, the Wheel. Okay. I think this is what I'm seeing here. We have this person. It's kind of that Nine of Wands energy. That's what we have here. The Nine of Wands, okay? Nine of Wands, where this person is standing alone, somehow guarded, somehow being blocked from moving on, having their back turned to everything behind them, though. There's so much going on behind them. We can't see what's in front of them, but we see everything behind them. And the back is turned. But they're standing there alone. That's what I mean. There's sort of this stubborn energy. I don't know if that's referring to being stubborn, but I feel an energy of being stubborn coming from this right now. Let's see what the booklet says here. Nine of Wands. determination, resilience, defiance, a last defense. The need to open up and trust people, holding on to old stories, the need to let go of old battles, the need to follow through and finish, trapped by their own boundaries, giving up. Yeah, the word defiance is standing out to me. Like, this person is just like, I am not budging. I am not budging. I am not going to move. Maybe they feel justified. I mean, we have the justice card here. This justice card is kind of interesting. It's looking down at this reflection, holding, like a balance and the two sides of the balance, and saying that, I think here this person feels justified for holding their ground, I think that's the stagnation, right? That kept coming to me, that there's sort of a stagnation between the two of you. Maybe you're also sitting in this, seeing the reflection here. So even though this is about him, there is a reflection, and there are two different people from the person holding the balance to the person being reflected back. There are two different people. So maybe you're mirroring each other in this Nine of Wands energy. Maybe you're both being quite stubborn, and both of you feel right, and neither of you want to go forward. Oh, I'm sorry. That's really a tough place to be in, if neither of you want to go forward. And it's interesting here. So we have the Four of Pentacles, and there's a woman here. She's holding on to her purse, and she's got all the city and all this abundance behind her, but she's holding on to her purse, and almost like, I'm not going to go into the town. I'm not going to go into the town. I'm not going to spend my money. I'm holding this. This is mine. And that's still some of that energy that I'm picking up on from the Nine of Wands. This is an energy of, I'm going to withhold. I'm withholding my abundance from this person. So, this is his energy, her energy. This is the other person's energy. Yeah. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands here. I actually think this is the way they're looking at you. This is the way they're looking at you. That you're doing all of this self-healing, meditative practices. You're looking beautiful. You have this halo all around you. You're being lifted by all of these wands. You're coming into your own. I think this is coming back to, they feel you've moved on from them. You wouldn't want to hear from them. This is why they would want to hear from you. Yeah, you're in your Queen of Wands. You're going from all of this energy of taking care of yourself. You're doing your own thing. And you've now become the Queen of Wands. And for them, there's like, while they're not budging, a lot of it too is because I think they're fearful. They don't want to get rejected by you. They don't want to get rejected. This person has a lot of pride somehow. This person has a lot of pride. We have the Four of Wands. There's a lot of wand energy here. I think this is about you, though. I want to read the Four of Wands. Celebration, prosperity, gathering of souls, kindred, stability in home and relationships. Yeah, see, I think this is how they see you. This is how they see you. They see you in joyful elation. You've been building foundations, and after a period of massive shifting, they see you enjoying your well-deserved bliss. Okay, that's what I mean. It's like they're being stubborn. They don't want to come forward. Okay, but nor do you. I don't know. Maybe you see them that way. I'm not sure. But now what I do see here is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is calling out to me. The Hanged Man. I think they're hoping that you will have a different perspective. Whoa. I'm picking up that they're hoping you will have a different perspective, and that you're going to want to come in with that apology. You're going to want to come in with the apology. I'm going to get more cards. We still have these other ones on the table here. But I'd like to get more cards and see more of what might be happening here. I need a little help to see what's happening here. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Yeah, fives may be important here. So what I'm seeing is the Five of Pentacles. And this person is sitting in front of a giant door with the keyhole and the key leaning up against the door. Five of Pentacles. And all they have to do is stop wallowing. They're wallowing. Their head is down in between their arms, in between their legs, sitting there wallowing. And the key is there the entire time. They're holding the key. They can hold the key. It is right there for them. It is there for them. It is ready when they're not looking up. And then we have the Five of Cups. Yeah, the Five of Cups energy. You know, again, this person is sort of dwelling on the three that have spilled over, right? The three cups that have just been, all the energy of those cups have been like down the drain now, you know, and they're just dwelling on this. They're dwelling on it. What else, Spirit? What else? The energy of this person. The energy of this person. Two of Cups. I think this is what their wish. This is what they would love to have. This is what they would love to have with you. It would get them out of this rut of Five of Pentacles and Five of Cups. Maybe this is the focus, you know, that fire element that's going to come over them. That passion, that expect the unexpected type of energy. If this person keeps the Two of Cups energy, that could really become inspirational for them. It could be their muse, right? It could be their muse. Maybe if this energy sits with them long enough, that fall full moon said, yes, it's time. Moving on, yes, it's time. It's almost like something flips, right? And that brings me to Hangman energy. Okay, so the Hanged Man energy is really now, let me change my perspective. This person needs to show up as the Knight of Cups. They're seeing now. They need to show up as the Knight of Cups. That if you are in all of this energy, if you're in all of this beautiful wand energy, you are in your most authentic state. Somehow they can see you. They know this about you. Why do they know this about you? Maybe you're online. Maybe you have some sort of media, social media. They know they need to come in as the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. If they come in with the Knight of Cups, that means they really tapped into their High Priestess energy. Their High Priestess energy, their intuitive self. They're moving away from their pride and their ego. That's the new perspective here of the Hanged Man. This person realizes it's their ego that's been holding them back. They are allowing their intuition, their spirit to soften their heart and recognize their own change that they need to make. their own way to come into themselves, to be the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups. If they're going to reach wish fulfillment, they need to prepare themselves. That's what 9 is, right? 9 is preparing yourself for the actual wish fulfillment of 10 cups. So they have to become the Knight of Cups. They're changing their perspective. They're tapping into their intuition. They're letting go of their ego. They're recognizing it's not you that needs to come to them. It's them that needs to come to you. And they are going to prepare themselves. They are going to get into the 9 of Cups energy. And with this, the wheel is here. The wheel, yeah. Life will begin moving again. There will be movement. Things will turn. Right now you've been in stagnation. So that they're seeing now, that's what needs to happen in order for there to be movement. And then the new journey begins. Ace of Cups. The new journey begins. Ace of Cups, and it begins with, let me say, more emotional awareness. More emotional awareness. Okay, that took some time. I was getting confused. I really needed help with those other cards. So thank you for bearing with me as we got through that. But that came out beautiful. I really hope this person's going to get a change of perspective. I mean, this, and it could happen as soon as the fall full moon. I mean, wow. Okay, so let's see. Where do we want to go next? I want to know if this person could say things to you. What would they say? What would this person say? What would this person say? Let's get love messages. Let's get love messages. Yeah, if this person is really going in, they're in their high priestess energy, they're recognizing that they could step out of their ego, out of whatever pride, tradition, stubbornness, defiance that is holding them back. No, not right now. It's not the right time. If we can get them out of that energy into the high priestess energy, where they allow themselves to come forward as the Knight of Cups, right? They're really wanting that Two of Cups energy to come into fulfillment. What is the energy of that person? What would they want to say to you in that energy when they're in their high priestess energy? Okay, what would this person want to say? What would this person want to say? Their higher self. What would their higher self want to say? What would their higher self want to say? Whoa, that's too many. Okay. They've been the runner. They've been the runner. They've had a fear of intimacy. They decided to run away. The intensity was too intense, and they decided to let go. Yeah. They couldn't admit to their deeper feelings here. They couldn't admit to their deeper feelings. I think part of this here is they don't feel they are enough. It says here, not enough. Lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego and fear again. Yeah, that's what they're telling you. This is almost, it's not their apology, but it's their way to describe what they were experiencing, what they were going through. You know, it's really sad, actually, right? It's really sad to not feel enough in who you are. And oftentimes people are looking at their material possessions, their career success, especially if you're a little bit older, you know, and you've been around for a little while, and maybe you don't have as much success as, you know, quote unquote, you should have, right? People can feel like they're lacking something, that they don't have enough to offer. that they're really not enough. So that's really sad. And if that, you know, made them run from intimacy, if they really felt this connection, I mean, we have passion again. So we have two different decks where passion came out, you know, this intensity between you, insane chemistry, sparks. There's an equal interest. And it's funny because I'm going back to that card with the two pet paws. You know, somehow that's what struck me. There was like this common interest. And this is saying equal interest. And so it's almost like you're the two different, you know, you both have a love of dogs, and having a love of dogs or having a love of cats, like just made you feel that much more connected with each other, like you're one and the same. And then we had like you guys are reflecting each other, and that mirrored the card of justice, right? So, yeah, then we have the Phoenix here. The Phoenix. I don't think this person's really felt this type of passion before. I mean, this is a huge transition. And that's what I was getting from the tarot, right? It was them having the Two of Cups, seeing what life could be together, recognizing they need to rise up to the Knight of Cups, that they needed to come into their High Priestess nature. And now we're having from passion to the Phoenix. It's like the chemistry between you is the catalyst. You don't even have to do anything, my dear. You don't have to do anything. You just have to keep doing what you were doing. You have to keep doing what you were doing. You were in the Seven of Wands energy. You were the Queen of Wands. You were in the Four of Wands, right? Celebrating life, experiencing all these wonderful things. This person gazing upon you as feeling intimidated, actually, right? Like some type of intimidation, looking like there's no way. You've moved on from me. You've moved on. I'm going to come back into your life and you're going to reject me. Well, maybe if this person came back in the energy that they used to be in this runner energy, in this lack of worth energy, not feeling enough energy. But instead, look, these cards are confirming each other here. They're realizing that that passion is their gateway. It's the gateway to them evolving as a person, getting them to the next level. You know, that's really, really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. So they're the Phoenix here. New phase, a rekindle, renewal and growth, a changed mind, the Hanged Man, rising from the ashes. Oh my God. And they're showing up as the teddy bear. They're showing up as the teddy bear with blooming romance, flirting, wanting to date, wanting this beautiful new beginning with you. Oh my gosh, they want to have a celebratory life with you. They want to spend time with friends. They want to have fun. They want to spend more time living in the moment with you. Oh my gosh, that is so nice. You know, I'm coming back. There were 6 cards here. I'm coming back to these two, the Passion and Phoenix, and thinking about the tarot. I want to get the Twin Flame deck. I want to get that. I want to see what comes out. Okay. So this is a Twin Flame Oracle deck by Intuit. What do we have here? We've been focused on your person's energy. We've been focused on their energy. Let's go ahead. Let's stick with their energy. Let's stick with their energy for now. What can you tell us about their energy? What can you tell us? Oh my gosh, there are so many coming out here. Okay, let's see what we have. First card is Union. Okay, mirrors. Yeah. Okay, so I think you guys are definitely mirroring each other because we had that injustice. You both felt a little stubborn, right? The stagnation. So let's go union. The same divine energy flows in each of you. This energy is the catalyst to your reunion. Oh my God, we were just saying that. That's what I'm feeling. The passion to the Phoenix, the Two of Cups, to the Hanged Man, to the High Priestess, to the Knight of Cups. It is the energy between you that is going to be the catalyst for this reunion. You just need to allow the energy to work its magic. I was telling you, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to do anything. My love, continue doing what you are doing. Nourish yourself. Continue to balance yourself. Find that center in yourself. Stay in that center. Stay in that center. There's a message here. I always felt I had a higher calling in life, and our connection brings me more clarity on it. Wow. I think that's what it is. You know, your energy and the connection that this person has to you, you are lighting the path. You don't even realize you've been lighting a path just being you, just doing what you're doing. I see you working to create change, and I'm proud of what you are accomplishing. I want to work on mission with you. This person, yeah, they're inspired by what you're doing. What else do we have? I'm trying to understand how my thoughts create my reality. I know I need to stay positive. I'm trying to understand how my thoughts create my reality. You know, that is a big awakening when you start to realize your thoughts have power. There are subconscious fears affecting our ability to attract love and abundance. The universe is helping us make them conscious so we can easily attract what we want, including each other. This is taking me back to that Nine of Wands. To the Nine of Wands and to justice and reflecting in the mirror and having mirrors here. And now this is the timing and intention. Both of you have subconscious fears that you need to bring to the light. Yeah, for you to understand, you know, and how to really help continuing to attract each other. That's why I say keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, because you are lighting a path to this union without knowing about it. And you don't need to know. But you need to come into your own deeper belief of, if you're mirroring each other, of your own self-worth, that you yourself are enough. Maybe you've been running from the intimacy and you're afraid of this person rejecting you. So I think you probably still have some things that you could clean up. It amazes me when we say the same thing at the same time or finish each other's sentences. So you may have had a lot of that when you were spending time together. We need to wait for divine timing. Time is healing our wounds and creating the perfect conditions for our reunion. Divine timing. Love like ours can change the world. Number 11. I feel the chemistry between us. We need to trust that the energy we share will bring us back together again. My God, you're getting so many of these about the energy between you and letting that bring you back into union. Union is an energy, not a physical construct. Even when we aren't together, I feel our union. This person feels the potential of what you hold together. They feel the potential of what you hold together. I close my eyes and imagine you're here with me. It feels so real. I'm beginning to understand this is what it means to be in 5D with you. Oh my God, this feels like coming into the Phoenix. Being reborn. Understanding there's this whole other side to your being. You don't have to stay living in the ego. I would like to get a couple more, please. Let's have a couple more. Okay. There's so much that wants to come out. This has been the most active deck so far. The other ones were a little bit quiet. I had to really shuffle, and these just want to say so much. These want to say so much. Let me do one more shuffle. I'm kind of like hesitant now to shuffle because too many messages want to come out. All right, let's see. Mirrors again. Oh my gosh, separated or together, we are working in tandem with each other. You know, that's really beautiful. That's really beautiful. Maybe that's why this person is really missing you. I'm going to come back to that. That just popped back in my mind. Oh yeah, this person was really missing you. But I think it's because they really feel the energy between you, whether you're separated or together. You know, you're both working to circle back to each other. Energetically, you're both working to circle back to each other, and you don't even realize it. I don't think either of you realize it. That's why, like, there's this huge stagnation right now. And movement doesn't come until after the Phoenix. Movement doesn't come until after this person has some healing and recognizes they're the ones who need to come in as the Knight of Cups. Karmic ties. I'm struggling with codependency. I'm afraid to let go of my old coping mechanisms. That's a hard thing to do. Familiarity to how you cope with something can keep you imprisoned, and it can keep you blocked from growing and moving past yourself. It's a very difficult thing to do. Well, okay, let's see, what else do we have here? I close my eyes and imagine you're here with me. Oh, I read that already. It feels so real. Well, for some reason that needed to be said again. And I just placed, it's number 11, and I just placed it on another card, number 11. So 1111, okay, interesting. Then we have, I feel you pulling away, and it triggers my fears that you'll leave me for good. I think this is their fear, actually. I think this is their fear that you are on your path and on your journey, and that you've moved on without them. And that's their fear, right? Their fear that you'll leave them for good, that if they try to come back, you might not say yes, but you might not say yes. I want to let my guard down with you, but fear makes me lash out in self-defense. Oh, you may have experienced that from this person. You may have experienced them doing that. I'm tired of being away from you physically. I'm trying to process my fears so I can come back to you. I feel that. See, I feel that. I feel that distance card that came out. That's what, they're just missing you. They don't like being distant from you anymore. They don't like it. This is a long reading. We project our patterns onto each other, and this makes it difficult to see what is real and what is fear-based thinking. Yeah. You know, like this prior card, what was it? Oh, this card here. I want to let my guard down with you, but fear makes me lash out in self-defense. And then we have, we project our patterns onto each other, and this makes it difficult to see what is real, what is fear-based thinking. So these two cards together, and actually they're in sequence, 6 and 7. These two cards together tell me that both of you were unsure if the person was coming from a place of fear, or if what they expressed were their genuine feelings. I think both of you struggled with that, and maybe that's what led to the separation. Maybe that's what led to, the way things got managed. Self-defense, right? Maybe if you're having fear-based defenses, your guards are up, you're going to act in a way that is very, very protective. And when you act in a way that's very protective, it also signifies a great degree of confidence that you know what you're doing in that moment. That's what it conveys, a great deal of confidence. And it really, it's an art to recognize when someone is in a fear-based defense mechanism in that moment. It is an art to recognize that and to know when to help calm it down instead of continuing to project. Because when someone starts getting guarded Maybe they didn't want to admit, right? They said they were afraid to admit the intimacy. The fear was, they had a lot of fear of the intimacy. It kind of caught them off guard. They weren't ready for that intensity. If you are feeling the intensity, it's because it does exist. And then if someone's going to put these guardrails up and come at you like a brick wall, you're going to feel rejected. You're going to feel rejected. You're going to feel unsafe. You're going to feel like you need to become the runner. You need to just walk away from this. It's not working. And so I love what this card is saying, that you're both projecting your fears into the situation. Yeah. Expand your concept of what a twin flame is. It's more than romance. It's a deep soul activation to heal in order to embody love and light. Yes, my love. I think you know that. I think you know that. I think this message is coming to this person. They are starting to recognize that the connection to you is beyond a romance. It is a deep soul activation. It is leading to their healing. They see you as love and light. And that's why they're afraid. They're afraid that you won't go back to them. But they're starting to realize, oh, if I heal with love and light, now we can show up as the Two of Cups. Yeah. All right. Beautiful. Well, that's what I have for you, my loves. I'll talk to you again soon.